Every day, millions of people wake up being stressed about money. They think their promotion or whatever they can get will eventually solve their problem. But do you want to know the core reason why this happens? In today's video, I will be showing you the hidden problems because of which all these money related things happen, and you will be learning the 7 steps. If when implemented in your mindset, it could be key for your money success, which will eventually start happening with time. But remember, it is a habit, so it will take time. Hi, this is Anirudh Bellare here. Welcome to the 59th video of your best financial life series. In today's video, as I mentioned, I have kept noticing that there are a lot of people who actually face a lot of money tension. See, this video doesn't apply for those who are extremely in the upper middle class. My target audience right now for whoever is watching this video is for those who are in the middle class or slightly towards your upper middle class, who actually feel every money they spend is extremely important, and every decision with what they do with their money becomes at the most crucial. Now see, the first point here is going to be extremely crucial, as I mentioned. So let's move on to the first and most important point. See, this is one of the most simplest and easiest thoughts to practice every day. What did I say? In the start of the video, I mentioned there are a lot of people who actually wake up being a lot of financially stressed. And do you want to know one of the main reasons why a lot of stress happens? One of the core reasons is your financial stress. And the most important thing you can do for this right now, as I mentioned, is something called you need to actually focus on what you have in the present. Now, this arrow is nothing but what you have in the present. Now see, I'll give you an example over here. See, as human beings, there is a lot of tendency to actually compare ourselves with our peer, with whatever be the situation or circumstance. Say for example, as I've been giving you that he is one of my friend whose name is Raju. Now whatever Raju's salary is, he keeps looking at his friend Shyam. Now when Raju, this is Raju and this is Shyam. Now Raju constantly keeps comparing himself on the basis of his house, the vehicle he drives. He compares himself to Shyam. And what does Shyam do? Shyam is nothing but he is very happy in his life because he appreciates the small things he gets, whatever their salary may be. Now see, this core mindset, how does it come? It comes with time. And how can you practice this? There's an important step over here. For every small thing you get, say for example, you're a working employee. Every month, starting of the month, whatever salary gets credited in your account, you be extremely grateful for it by actually appreciating it. Because remember, appreciation is one thing not a lot of people do for themselves. It is very rare for people to actually give appreciation, but for doing it and actually practicing with themselves becomes extremely difficult. And if you actually practice this, I'll give you an example of mine. Now say for example, every month, say for example, okay, I'm earning like say around 5,000 rupees, which is just a random figure over here. I know that right now, according to my age, there are a lot of people, that is, there are a lot of friends of mine who are earning 3-4 times this rupees. Now, if I say in dollars, say for example, $50, this is for those who are actually watching this video from different parts of the country. And dollars is just an international symbol, so I thought why not rupees as well as dollars. Okay, that's the reason I've mentioned dollars. Now, say for $50, whatever pocket money, or you can say whatever I'm earning from whatever I'm doing, a friend of mine, the same Raju and Shyam example, another friend of mine is earning $200, which is nothing but your 20,000 rupees or whatever like that. Now, see, there are times when, as humans, you tend to feel low, that you may feel that, okay, my friend is earning more than me. Do I need to upskill myself, or what is going wrong, and how can I compete with my friend? And that is the most important thing you need to remember at the moment, that you need to actually assess your scenario on your past 365 days. So I remember your first 365 days from the start of when you earned your first salary. Now, this video could be watched by different age group people. Okay, so if not be your first salary, say from now, you're watching this video in August, right? Say from whatever salary you got this video, you got in August, 365 days before, which is August of 2025 till August of 2026. How have you actually felt earning that money? Now, see, this could be a very basic thing I might be telling you, but do you know what? It actually makes a difference. If you ask me, for whatever I spend on, I be really grateful that I'm spending this rupee or dollar for something I really like. Say for example, now see, right now I'm talking about what I do. It could be different for you as well. You could go to a restaurant and get something for like around $5. It's nothing but say 500 rupees. And that happiness of eating that with your own hard-earned money, if you keep showing this gratitude within your body, my friend, you know what will happen? You will eventually start finding the good things in people around you as well as money. Because remember, whether it is money or whether it is a person, eventually you need to share or give your value and energy in return for that money. The same thing with people. You need to give your time, your conversations, and then in return you get a lot of love and affection depending on the person as well. And that is why it is important for you to stay in the present, have a lot of gratitude, and if you actually feel the sense of comparison, take a past note of your 365 days journey and see. Now, continuing on this 365 days journey, I will be sharing more important points which can actually help you to follow this, whatever I mentioned in the first point. Okay, so with this, let's move on to the second most important point. Now, see, your second point over here becomes all the more important with continuation of this first point, is you need to actually practice having this vision board. Now, what is the meaning of this word vision board, or you can say or maybe you can say a Google sheet or whatever. Say for example a vision board. Now, what is the meaning of this word vision board? Board is nothing but what you're seeing right now, what I'm writing on. Vision is nothing but what you want to achieve in the upcoming future. Now, how will you actually tend to manifest and see how this vision board works? Say for example, I've told in my past videos as well, if you ask me currently, I would love to have this Rolls Royce car. But remember, Rolls Royce is a very expensive car, especially for a middle class family like me. It is obviously going to be difficult to finance it, but why not have a vision? I may not be able to achieve it, but in the process, at least I would have started my investments, right? The exact same thing would apply for you. Think about something. Just think about what is that one thing you would actually want to have in your life in the next 4 to 5 years, which you keep thinking of and which keeps wanting that effort of yours to actually reach it in terms of your financial goal. As I mentioned, for me, it is a vehicle, which is a car. For you, it could be whatever. It could be, say, even not in monetary terms. It could be anything. Maybe a love from your fellow beings or your partner. But that cannot happen in 4 to 5 years. But if you see in the finance POV, point of view, whether it's your car, whether it's a foreign trip, most important, say a foreign trip, maybe say networking with people. Now, see, these are just examples I'm giving here. Now, what is the key most important thing over here is actually writing down. Now, see, not a lot of people may agree with this point, which I have told you right now, but I myself used to practice this and it actually helps. I would like to share one more important thing with you. See, whatever I'm telling right now, I do practice this and it is actually causing that happiness in myself. As I mentioned in the first point, comparing yourself to the 365 days of yours to your current self, along with writing down your vision board. I have clearly imagined my vision board and I'm yet to put it on paper or whatever. Say, for example, if you do not even have a vision board, your mobile phone, there is something called notes where you can actually type and you can place it. You don't have to actually spend money for writing this. It is just your thoughts. Because remember, as a human being, there is a lot of tendency for you to feel lonely in spite of you having a lot of friends, family members and all. And in that case, being with yourself in terms of at least writing down your thoughts becomes extremely crucial over here. That is why I mentioned the word vision board. Now see, this eventually what I'm talking about, the money stress, as I started with this video and the points which I'm sharing with you, it all comes down to the mindsets. But if you take one time at a time, one step at a time, like say for example, this video which you're getting right now on the August of 5th, 2026, you might be seeing that whatever the previous videos I have made, I admit it could be boring, it could not be that interesting, or it could be interesting, but for me to show up on camera is a motivation for myself and it's a motivation for you as well to actually practice these points if you want to see a better version of yourself. And that is why I come on camera for you. Let's move on to the third point. Your next point is nothing but, as I mentioned, the word notes on your mobile phone, right? So you can as well keep a section for your anxiety journal. Now, what is the meaning of this word anxiety journal? See, journal is where you write down all your thoughts. Now, this is not the typical journal entry you would have studied in your accountancy class 11th. I myself am an accountancy student. This is not about that journal. This is about your life journal. And especially with respect to this video, it's about your finances. So see, whatever, as I mentioned, whatever be your salary, you could at times feel that I wish my salary would have been 3 times more. It's a nice thought. Just write it down. You don't lose anything on writing it down. Because remember, how much ever you keep your thoughts in your mind, if you actually write it down with your own hand, you can keep looking at it or keep seeing it. And in today's day, you don't actually have to write it. You can even type it on your laptop or your mobile phone. Because you know what? As I mentioned, what is the meaning of this word anxiety is nothing but for you to feel that emotion of stress or fear when it comes to not having money at crucial moments. Now, when does this anxiety journal help? It helps a lot when you actually feel this emotion of stress. That you know what, you have to pay your creditors by so and so date. Just write it down. You don't lose anything in writing it down. See, I've already mentioned, you might not agree with me. It's okay. It's not a problem. But there's no harm trying it, right? Nothing goes wrong in trying. And see, you're watching this video, and I'm really grateful that you're actually watching this video. And if you actually write down this point, who knows, it could help in some or the other situation. Because see, there are a lot of ways to earn money as well by you giving your value exchange in return for money. And usually the most common thing is you trade your time for money, a lot of trade-offs. But for you to be financially peaceful in your mind, because remember, your brain's main motive is to keep you safe. And if your financial life itself is a bit, left right, in the sense you're not that much for financially secured, then you actually need to write it down. If you feel so, you can actually write it down and ease away your thoughts. Like, think about it, your examination. You learn a lot before writing that examination, and once you finish writing that examination, how do you feel? You obviously feel relieved, right? It's the same thing when you talk to a friend and all, but writing or typing makes a very huge difference. Okay, so let's move on to the fourth point, which is also a continuation, but it will be different. Now, I would want to ask this question to you. In today's day, when you have a lot of internet with you, your devices, the most important thing you can do when you come from your work, and I do understand that once you come back from your work, you could feel a lot of tiredness and all that. But if you take out at least 10 minutes, say even once a week or whatever, and listen to podcasts of those people who have actually started from scratch. Now, what is scratch? They've started from zero. Like, say, example, myself. I just have a phone right now and this board with me. And because I love teaching, I'm on camera for you. If you at least take 10 minutes or whatever, if you go to any special applications, I would not be naming some, but the best application for podcasts, you go and actually type money podcasts, or even on YouTube, on the platform in which you're watching this video, there are a lot of people who actually give you podcasts which make a different perspective in your brain in terms of how the other people started and how they are right now financially. It does make a lot of difference. Because remember, for you to do the same task again and again, 365 days for whatever business or job you're doing, well and good. I do respect you for that. But to have that financial shift in your brain will eventually come when you listen to other people who have more experience to you, compared with, yourself, compared as in nothing but who has seen the world more, and they actually know how to manage their finances. More better learning and understanding for a person like you. Same goes with me. Being a student as well, learning from different people. Like, say, for example, credits to Robert Kiyosaki. I've been learning a lot from him, especially the cash flow game and all. Very beautiful and interesting. And this is just an example of my personal favorite author from whom I listen to podcasts of. There could be a lot. You can go and search as well. Okay? Now, the remaining 3 points will be extremely crucial for you. So let's move on to the next 3 points. Now, see, again, the continuation of the first 2-3 points is nothing but, as I mentioned, you can either write down, you can type all your financial thoughts, or the best possible thing, not even on call, face to face. You sit with a friend of yours or your spouse or whoever and actually discuss all your money related issues, which is nothing but your financial friend. There should be at least one person in your life, my friend, who you can actually talk about your finances. Because remember, as the Maslow's hierarchy theory goes, you have a lot of bases on which a human actually feels fulfilled. You have something at the end, at the end is where you have your self-actualization, whereby you feel fully satisfied. Below that, you need your psychological needs, that is love, affection, self-esteem and all that. and then security needs, then your money needs, all of that. This is just the theory which I'm talking about. But if you have one person in your life, at least one, with whom you can actually talk about all your financial related issues, who will not judge you. Like, say for example, even it could be your parent. If say not your parent, your spouse, your girlfriend, or whoever it could be, because that eases a lot of thoughts in your brain. Because the best way to actually voice out your emotions is by conversing it with another person. That's why having a friend with whom you can actually discuss all your financial related issues, and you can actually start finding solutions, because you never know whose ideology could be useful for you, right? That is why having a friend is very important. And say for a case scenario, you do not even have a friend, you have your notes of your mobile phone, you can actually type it down. Or in today's day, you have your artificial intelligence. I mean, it's better not to go with artificial intelligence, but if you still feel, your wish, it's eventually your life, my friend. Okay, so let's move on to the next point. See, there is this point named automating your payments. Now, what is this automation? Automation of payment. See, whatever your salary or whatever income gets into your bank account, it is most important that you have a bifurcation on which amount can go where. That's why your mental math becomes extremely important. Say for example, like they are talking in terms of $100. What is $100? Nothing but 10,000 rupees, right? So $100, it's very important that you are very clear that $30 of it is going towards your investment account. Your $50 is going in your day-to-day needs for that particular month, and remaining $20 is going for you to enjoy that money. The same thing with your Indian rupees as well. Whatever you take as the bifurcation. Now, what happens is when you know how to automate it. See, automated is nothing but money gets debited from your account to all these three separate accounts. But if you actually remember and practice it on a monthly basis, it creates that habit in your brain, which is your muscular habit. Not muscular, your thought related habit. As a result, you will be actually aware on how you are managing your finances. Becomes very important. Now see, your seventh point is nothing but, as I mentioned, 365 days earlier on till today of August, you actually take a track and see how have you grown in your financial life. See, in the age right now, say right now I'm 23, it is very easy for anyone to actually feel that, do you know what, maybe I could have done this, I could have got placed through my college, I could have continued my dad's business. A lot of trade-offs, right? But if you actually think about it, what is your future 10-year long goal by having that vision board, having that vision thought? And if you actually start practicing, see, there is a saying as well that till 25 age, you keep studying. From 25 to 50, you keep working. And from 50 to 75, you keep using that income whichever you have kept for retirement. This is what I am saying. Could not be true as well. But see, if you take out time for studies, especially for whatever field you are in, a little bit time for your money as well, learning from different experts, or if you think you are the best expert, ask yourself the question. See, the best thing you can do is to make things easy, that is, facilitate your money process by actually asking yourself questions whereby you can write down the answer or talk to your friend about your financial related issues. That's where your seventh point becomes important. So your seventh point is nothing but the summary of all the above points. Now see, the motive of this video to actually ensure that your financial stress decreases. Now, how does stress happen? This is the most important related word here. It happens because you keep thinking about something again and again. It eventually causes overthinking. And when you talk to a friend or actually write it down, your problems may not go, but it could ease down, right? Now, finding those different sources of income, there are so many ways you can actually, create passive incomes and all that. But for your situation in the current present reality, how can you solve it? You will have the answers, because remember, every human is different. With this, I would like to conclude this video with a big thanks to you, because you have stayed in this video and watched this video of mine. Because see, this video is not a promotion of me telling whatever I have learned. It's for you. I want the best for you. And that is the reason I come on camera every Wednesday and Sunday for you. Okay? Thank you so much once again for your precious time.